These days, it's easy to feel helpless. Like the world moves without regard for love. Like together is a past tense, and our future is uncertain. It's easy to feel like our problems are too big to solve.
I asked myself, why me? But then I realized that cancer doesn't discriminate. Cancer can happen to anybody.
But every big problem is just a series of small ones. The vague but striking fear of a diagnosis, lessened with every late-night question answered. The complex web of individual diseases, untangled with every rogue cell understood. The reality that treatment is out of reach, eliminated with every right to treatment coordinated, and every place to stay secured. The overwhelming burden of the work left to do lowered with every fundraising goal met and every life-saving bill passed. We can't end cancer alone. But when each one of our 1.5 million volunteers, staff, and researchers solves a small problem, hope gets bigger.
Hi, I'm Gary Reedy, CEO of Your American Cancer Society, and this is my wife, Cindy.
Thank you so much for joining us from your home, and welcome to our home. Gary and I love events like this and wish we could see you in person, but we hope you feel our heartfelt thanks all the same. And we want to sincerely thank you for your continued dedication to the American Cancer Society mission and to inspire positive change.
And thank you for standing by cancer patients and their families when they need you the most. Your support is needed now more than ever because cancer hasn't stopped and neither have we. Your support allows us to be here for cancer patients during this tragic pandemic and beyond. It also allows us to fund life-saving research, provide direction and guidance, and safely resume patient services when the time is right. We are so grateful to you. And as Cindy said, we are so inspired by your dedication. So cheers to a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary and Cindy, and welcome. You guys read my mind. I got to make a cocktail. I showed up a little late today, forgot my tie, so I'm running behind. So I'm going to show you how to make one of our favorite cocktails here at Lombardo's and something that I've been drinking all summer. I'm not going anywhere, so I got to learn how to drink myself. So it starts, it's called an Aperol Spritz, which start with an empty wine glass, and we're going to fill it to the top with some ice. You want to get a lot of ice in that glass. Then you're going to take your bottle of Aperol, really great stuff, Italian. You know, being Italian, you want to drink nice Italian cocktails. You're going to fill it halfway with the Aperol. It's a beautiful color, beautiful summertime drink right here. Then you're going to pop some bubbly. We are celebrating tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to raise a lot of money for a good cause. So why not pop some champagne early? I'm using some lovely Prosecco. Top it off with some Prosecco. Fill it up the rest of the way. Some people, and the ingredient, if you do look up, call for soda water. But in these times, I pass on the soda water. So we just get rid of that stuff. So it's an easy drink. Aperol, Prosecco, and you finish off with some nice fresh citrus. Today I'm going to use an orange. Just cut it right down the middle. Cut off a nice slice. Garnish your drink. And you're ready to have some fun. Ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy this night tonight. Let's raise a lot of money. Hope your cocktails are ready. Let's get after it.
A long time ago, people got sick, and no one knew why. We were there. They said there were no answers. We found them. They said there was no hope. We found it. We were pioneers. Since then, our world has changed. We slowed down. and our voice grew quiet. But cancer did not. People still need us, and today we choose to stand together. We are stronger because of those who came before us, and now we will forge a new path. Together, we will no longer remain quiet in the shadows. We will change. We will innovate. Together, we will save lives. We will celebrate lives. We will lead the fight for a world without cancer. Together, we are the American Cancer Society.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 15th Annual Boston Key Gala, hosted by the Key Gala Corporate Council of the American Cancer Society and presented tonight by Silicon Valley Bank. Thanks for joining to attack cancer from every angle. Please make sure to donate at bostonkeygala.org. Your gift is 100% tax deductible and will locally fund the Boston Hope Lodge, a place near and dear to my heart. My name is David Lombardo. I'm a Key Gala Corporate Council member and a longtime volunteer and supporter of the Hope Lodge.
David, happy to be here with you. I'm Nick Emmons. I'm a reporter at WBZ-TV, your co-host for this evening. We are thrilled to be here with you all tonight. We do have an amazing event ahead of us featuring live performances from Nashville's rising star Caitlyn Smith and Massachusetts native Rachel Platten, and a special message from someone you all might recognize, New England Patriots safety Devin McCourty. And a little bit later, we'll have a post-show comedy set from Boston's own Bethany Van Delft. Again, we are so excited that you are all here tonight, helping us lead the fight for a world without cancer.
So I had the fortunate privilege to stay at the Hope Lodge in Boston, Massachusetts. And I will tell you, you walk in there and you realize what a community this is for patients and their caregivers. And it makes you realize that you're not in the fight alone and that you are in a place where you learn from patients and they help you kind of get your anxiety down about the cancer you're faced with and also what to expect. And it lifts you up and you realize, I'm not in this alone. And the Hope Lodge was such a critical part of my care and the continuum of me fighting.
Tonight, we are raising critical funds for the Hope Lodge that helped Jeannie as she went through her cancer journey. I would like to recognize our amazing corporate council who worked so hard to put this night together, and to thank our generous sponsors, Silicon Valley Bank, Adage Capital Management, Hologic, Charles River Labs, and Immunogen.
Yeah, David, we know things look a little different this year, which is why we are on screens instead of in person at a beautiful venue. David, I wish we could have been sharing the stage behind you for a night like tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we were ready. The ballroom would have been beautiful this evening. We would have had an incredible evening, an incredible meal set up. But unfortunately, safety comes first. We got to make sure people are happy and comfortable and safe in their homes. And yeah, we've been pivoting as a business, and we've been working at it. And I know American Cancer has as well.
That's right. Yeah, the American Cancer Society, like really everyone else, has had to pivot quickly in this unprecedented time that we're all in right now. They have always remained available to patients 24/7, 365, but have since added a video conferencing feature to help patients feel less isolated. They also repurposed Hope Lodges around the country who couldn't welcome guests inside, but open their facilities for healthcare workers as well as hospital partners.
We know how important being a part of the community is, and that's why we need you to do everything we can tonight to support the Boston Hope Lodge. With your support, we are providing free housing to patients coming to Boston to receive their life-saving treatment. As volunteers, we have spent many nights at the lodge cooking dinner, visiting with patients, seeing the impact firsthand that drives us to continue to support. Let's take a look now what's happening inside our Hope Lodge and the great updates that we're implementing to ensure our guests' comfort moving forward.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt Bloom. I'm the manager of the Boston Hope Lodge, and thank you very much for joining us at tonight's virtual Key Gala. So right now we are standing in our newest suite section. As many of you know, the Boston Hope Lodge is one of the busiest lodges across the country. We often have over 40 to 50 people on a wait list, and we usually book out about 2 months ahead of time. So a couple years ago, we decided to convert some of our underutilized conference room space and other space into guest suites. And so we are adding 5 more guest suites. Those 5 additional suites will allow us to help up to 60 families every year. So we are standing in what used to be the second floor living room, but the second floor living room is now going to be moved to the library. So we decided to make this living room another guest suite. Part of our upgrades are all new washers and dryers. So with the addition of 5 more guest suites, we're going to have between 5 and 10 additional guests staying at the lodge. So we decided that we needed to add some kitchen space. So we're increasing our dining room, we're adding a little coffee house style section to the dining room, and we're doubling the size of the kitchen that you see behind me. The kitchen, as you know, is really the heart of Hope Lodge, and that's where a community is built. So in addition to the new guest suites, we're also doing a refresh to the building. We're adding a fitness center, we're adding new furniture to all of our guest suites, adding extra televisions, upgrading our Wi-Fi system, and even our cable. And we can't wait to welcome guests to the new Hope Lodge.
How amazing was that? It is so great to know that there will be more rooms there to serve more guests. As we know, Hope Lodge is always at 100% capacity. In fact, since the Boston Hope Lodge opened its doors 10 years ago, they have hosted more than 4,500 guests, providing a total of 148,000 free nights of lodging. You know, we're all here tonight because we each know someone who has or who has had cancer. And I just want to take a moment, if I can, to share a little bit about my story and my connection to cancer. I lost my dad only a few weeks ago, so I know what it's like to see a loved one have to go through all of those treatments, and without a strong support network, that process can be even more devastating. He was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer and given roughly 18 months from that diagnosis. But because my dad had a strong support system and amazing care from great doctors, he was able to survive and fight for 10 more years and have so many more experiences with all of us. So I know just how important it is to get that crucial care, and Hope Lodge makes all of that possible for so many families who may not have the right care in their own backyard.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing, Nick. Such a powerful story, and we're so sorry for your loss. Unfortunately, I don't know a single person that has not been affected by cancer in some way. And that is why supporting this important organization is such a priority to me. And it's also a priority to the Gross family and Adage Capital. They have played a significant role in supporting our research and our funding for the Boston Hope Lodge. Let's hear from the Gross family now.
Good evening. I'm Liz Cochran Gross. The Gross family became involved with the American Cancer Society more than 20 years ago.
So I've been involved, or my family's been involved with American Cancer Society for as long as I can remember. But one of my very first memories was going to the ribbon cutting ceremony for Hope Lodge when it opened. I don't think I really realized our involvement at the time, but I was so in awe of the building and how everything came together. And now coming back to it, being in Boston is one of the most incredible and fulfilling things to see, to actually be there and see people staying there, and the community that's built there is really, really incredible.
Our family also got very involved with the AACS campaign of 2003. The goal of this campaign was to buy a building in Boston that would serve as a temporary residence for cancer patients and their caregivers while they were receiving treatment in Boston. So the vacant Vincent Memorial Hospital on South Huntington Ave in Boston was bought and totally renovated. This beautiful lodge became the temporary home away from home for thousands of patients over the years. I'm so proud that our family helped support the construction of this building and the development of its programs. I love looking back on the long history of supporting American Cancer Society. It's meant so much to me and to my family. We look forward to continuing the support of this great organization through both happy times as well as challenging times.
Just a few months ago, I was there serving breakfast for dinner to some of the people there, and getting to know them and sitting there with them. It's just a really amazing experience on all sides of things. So thank you, American Cancer Society, for everything that you're doing.
What a great story, and thank you so much for your support, the Gross family. You guys have been such strong supporters. Please, we need your help tonight, everybody. Please go to bostonkey.gala.org to contribute. Keep in mind, again, that every dollar you give at this time will go directly to the Boston Hope Lodge, and it is 100% tax deductible.
Next we want to hear from a Key Gala presenting sponsor, Silicon Valley Bank, Catherine Anderson. Take it away.
My name is Catherine Anderson, Head of Life Science and Healthcare Relationship Banking at SVB, and the Corporate Council Chair for the Hope Lodge Key Gala. I'm honored to have the opportunity to present to you today and humbled by the steadfast support we've received toward our mission. From the very start of the pandemic, American Cancer Society leadership has committed that we would share real-time information on the challenges we face together, and you can continue to expect transparency, honesty, and direct communication. And the fact is, the American Cancer Society has never faced a threat to our mission quite like the coronavirus. The pandemic has severely impacted the American Cancer Society's annual fundraising activity, creating a significant financial hardship and forcing several cost-saving measures. We're expecting an operating budget shortfall of at least $200 million in 2020. And as a result, the American Cancer Society had to reduce its overall budget by approximately 30%, with significant cuts to expenses, including personnel. And when the American Cancer Society emerges from this public health threat, it will undoubtedly look and operate differently. The staffing structure, business procedures, mission delivery activity will all need to align to a much leaner operating budget. That said, this is not and will not be the end of the American Cancer Society. Our work is too important to cancer patients and families that rely on us. But the way that we perform that work and fund our mission post-COVID-19 will change. So my ask of you today is this: please don't feel defeated. Instead, this is our opportunity to work together to broaden our support and lean into the mission in an even bigger way. And we have an entire community of people, of patients, that need us now more than ever. The American Cancer Society's Boston Hope Lodge has hosted nearly 4,500 cancer patients from 49 states and 7 countries during more than 148,000 nights over the past decade. Guests in Boston have saved an estimated $31.5 million in lodging costs since the facility opened. Access to healthcare, support, and community has always been at the heart of our mission, and in spite of the challenges this year has presented, the American Cancer Society was able to successfully shift its response to patients during this time. 48% of patients shared that they were feeling isolated during this time, so the American Cancer Society implemented a 24/7 helpline with video conferencing to help ensure patients have the support network they need. And the Hope Lodge Fund provided housing for healthcare workers when we couldn't house patients safely. This year has looked different for all of us, and the challenges it has presented have been hard to comprehend for so many. And as a recent cancer survivor myself, I went into this year with newfound hope. And you might think I've lost it given everything going on in the world, but the fact is I've carried it with me. I've leaned into it relied on it often because there are so many other patients that need it. They need this community, they need our support, and they need hope. So please join me as we lean in to our support of the American Cancer Society's Boston Hope Lodge. Thank you.
Yeah, it is just incredible the support Catherine and Silicon Valley Bank have been able to bring during such challenging times that we're all facing, cancer patients especially.
Next up is the reason we are all here, and that is for our beloved Hope Lodge guests.
My name is Mark Gibson, and I'm from Bristol, Connecticut.
Hi, my name is Deb Myrick, and I'm from Dudley, Massachusetts.
Hi, my name is Andrew Pinella. I live in Arlington, Virginia.
I needed radiation treatments for 8 weeks at Dana-Farber.
I was diagnosed with cancer in July of 2016. That was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. I went through radiation treatment in the winter months.
Let me tell you about a special place for people battling cancer and requiring radiation or chemotherapy for extended times in the Boston area. That special place? It's the American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge.
And without being able to stay at the lodge, getting in and out of Boston in the winter would have been impossible.
I was a guest at the Hope Lodge during the summer of 2019, and all I can say about the Hope Lodge are good things.
It's an amazing place. The staff and the volunteers are warm and welcoming, and the facility and the accommodations are perfect. I had my own bedroom with a full bath and a sitting area with a futon, desk, and TV.
The folks that work at the lodge are also very kind, helpful, and supportive.
By the time you walk in that door, you're greeted by staff, you're greeted by the other guests. You're welcome as part of a family.
There are 4 kitchens that are shared by all the guests. The kitchen is a magical gathering area. It's where you meet so many wonderful people going through what you're going through. Conversations are easy to start, and friendships form that last well beyond going home.
I met lots of folks there that were going through the same thing that I was, and there was a lot of support that I was very grateful for.
I can't say enough about the volunteers who came to cook, on their own time. I made many friends at the lodge, and which I still stay in contact with almost a year later.
Hope Lodge takes the worry out of travel, weather, and costly accommodations at a time when you need it most. I will be forever grateful to the American Cancer Society and to Hope Lodge.
I hope that people don't have to go through what we went through when we stayed at Hope Lodge. But if they do, being able to stay at the lodge will be a blessing.
Now that we've been moved by our Hope Lodge guests, oh, wait a second. I'm getting some breaking news here. I think that's how it works in your business, Nick, right? We've just gotten word. We had an anonymous donor who's offered up a $50,000 challenge grant. That means that your donation will be matched dollar for dollar up to $50,000. That is incredible. So what we need you to do is you need to get on your computer, you need you to log on to our website, thebostonkeygala.org, and get ready to make your donation during your Hands Up for Hope. There are no paddles this year, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get online. You got to make a donation. And the person who's going to help us through this process is a good friend of mine and a longtime supporter of the American Cancer Society Hope Lodge, Mr. Tom Hoffman. Tom, take it away.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for being here. Tonight, we're going to raise funds to help support the Boston Hope Lodge. This is an extraordinary facility that provides free housing to cancer patients and caregivers as they undergo their treatment and travel around the country to come to our top cancer treatment centers and hospitals. Imagine being from Casper, Wyoming, and your doctor tells you you need to go to Boston for the specialized treatment. Can you imagine how much that would cost you to stay in a hotel? And imagine further, how are you going to get to your treatments? Well, now more than ever, we need your support because folks can stay for free at the Boston Hope Lodge. Funding has been cut short during this pandemic, and we're looking to our supporters during this imperative time. Tonight, we're going to start at the $25,000 level. I've got very exciting news because of a very generous donation from Bob and Karen Boudreau. They're going to kick us off with a $25,000 matching donation. Bob and Karen, share with us this exciting news.
Thanks, Tom, and hi, everybody. First of all, we want to sincerely thank all of those who have been involved in putting together this amazing evening. Just a great, great job. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Karen and I have been involved with the Hope Lodge for close to 10 years now. It's been a really important cause for our family and a wonderful one for us to be part of and to support. We are now, as you know, going to be heading into the part of the evening what's called up Hands for Hope that Tom was going to be leading us through in about a minute. I like to call this is the money round. This is it. This is where we can make the big difference and big impact here. And so in order to kind of help Tom to kickstart this and get this thing into full motion, Karen and I are very happy to share with you that we are going to be making a $25,000 matching pledge.
So for the first $25,000 that you donate, we will match it dollar for dollar. And we're so happy to do this and to support Hope Lodge. We hope that you'll be joining us.
So we encourage you to give it whatever level that it works for you. Each dollar does count. It truly does. And the people and the guests and the patients at Hope Lodge are certainly depending upon us. It has truly been our pleasure to be part of this evening tonight. It's been a great time, and I'd like to turn it back over to Tom.
That's just amazing. Huge thanks to Bob and Karen Boudreau to kick us off with that $25,000 matching gift. Remember, throughout the night, you can go to bostonkey.gala.org to donate. Now for the $10,000 level. Do we have any mission donors who can support us with a $10,000 gift? $10,000 funds the Lodge operation for one entire week. Yes, it looks like we have a $10,000 gift coming in from Jay and Linda Hooley. Thanks, you guys. That's awesome. Another one from Lee Kennedy. Lee, thanks so much. Wow. And now I see that we just got a $10,000 gift from Kevin and Rita Gill. You two guys are fantastic. Again, if you want to join them in supporting, go to www.bostonkey.gala.org. Now for the $5,000 level. Who wants to fund the Lodge for one full weekend? You are making sure weekends at the Lodge are fully funded. This is incredible. Our next level is $2,500. It costs $2,500 to operate the Lodge for a single day. Help us fund a full day of operating costs for the Boston Hope Lodge. Remember, go to bostonkey.gala.org to donate. This is amazing to see how generous you all are. You can all see the donors coming in scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Such an honor to be here tonight with you all. Now for the $1,000 level. With a $1,000 gift, you can provide 1 month of housing for one guest or their caregiver. What a great way to support the cause. Remember, Bob and Karen Boudreau are matching dollar for dollar up to $25,000, so please join them and support the Hope Lodge. Anyone out there can give $500. With this gift, you can provide transportation for a guest or a caregiver to and from the treatment center for 1 month. Imagine driving on the Boston streets that were actually paved on top of cow paths. We have a tough enough time, but imagine being from New Mexico or Arkansas and being told you're going to Boston for treatment. How do you get around this town? Well, did you know that last year in 2019, the Hope Lodge van with volunteer drivers made over 13,000 trips to take our guests to treatment. This means Hope Lodge guests don't have to worry about the ridiculous traffic around Boston. Please make a gift at www.bostonkey.gala.org. Okay, now for the $250 level. With your support, we can help fund our brand new fitness center. With the renovations, we have added a fitness center with some cardio equipment and light weights. This has been a #1 request from guests over the years. It's so important that cancer patients remain active during their treatment, so this will help in that healing process. Your support is so greatly appreciated. Okay, we're down to our final level, but always feel free to give any amount at any time. Just go to bostonkey.gala.org to make your donation. With a $100 gift, you can cover monthly costs for morning coffee in the newspaper. What morning is complete without those two ingredients? Every morning, guests have access to unlimited coffee, along with 2 newspapers that arrive at the Lodge daily. This helps our Lodge guests have some normalcy in their lives and create morning routines just like if they were at home. Thanks for everyone who's supporting. Let's reiterate, the Hope Lodge provides totally free housing and transportation for cancer patients. Cancer patients' largest hurdle when faced with a diagnosis is access to care. This takes the large stress away from them by providing them with this lodging facility. Please help support us by making a gift of any kind. We want to ensure that patients and their caregivers staying with us don't have to think about how they're getting to and from their treatment or where they're staying that evening when traveling from far and wide. The Hope Lodge is such an important piece of the Boston community. Help us ensure it gets funded in any way you're able. Once again, visit www.bostonkey.gala.org right now and donate anything you're able. What a way to spend the evening. Thank you all for putting your hands up for hope tonight. I really appreciate it, and you're quite literally giving hope a home.
Wow, Tom, absolutely incredible job. We've just heard the impact made by supporting tonight, and it is unbelievable. The Hope Lodge is a special place to me, as most of you know, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick little moment and story about what it really means for me. As you know, I lost my mother, Miss Cindy, 2.5 years ago. Started as lung cancer, just like your father, Nick, and it metastasized to her brain, and she unfortunately passed away due to brain cancer. And Hope Lodge was her life. She spent every single week for the day that building opened, volunteering inside of those four walls, listening to cancer patients, helping them, feeding them, and just being a hand for them to hold and an ear for them to listen and be able to speak and talk. When she was diagnosed, she knew the importance of Hope Lodge and what it can do to people who are struggling through cancer. And through her struggle, she held on to the support and the love that she had through Hope Lodge. We miss her. We miss you, Mom. We love you, Mom. We wish you were here tonight. Your dream is always to have it here in this ballroom. And we're going to celebrate. We're going to raise a lot of money this evening. And that's what you always wanted, to make sure the Hope Lodge can continue to be funded and to be able to help and save so many lives. Now that I've shared a little bit about me, I want you to see our next performance to lighten things up. Without further delay, I want to present to you Nashville's rising star and a really good friend, Miss Caitlyn Smith.
Well, cancer hasn't stopped, but neither has the American Cancer Society. Cancer patients need us to rally around them and support them, especially in times like now. We all have someone in our lives that has been touched by cancer, and so I would ask you to consider contributing to the cause. Thank you all for your support, and wherever you are, I just ask that you please hold your loved ones close. Here's a song that I wrote a few years back. I found myself dreaming in silver and gold, like a scene from my movie that every broken heart knows. We were walking on moonlight and you pulled me close. Split second and you disappeared, and then I was all alone. I woke up in tears with you by my side, breath of relief, and I realized when I promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing,
How great was that? What an amazing talent. Just incredible stuff there. We have another special guest appearance for you. You might recognize this next person. Our very own New England Patriot, Devin McCourty.
Devin McCourty from your New England Patriots, and I know about traveling. We're on the road a lot in some tough environments, but that's nothing to the stress cancer patients go through when they need to go to a new city to find effective treatment. But you can help. Join now and help support the Hope Lodge in Boston, and you can help provide free lodging for anyone going through cancer treatment. So please log on to bostonkey.gala.org and give hope a home. Can you say go Pats? Say go Pats. No? Okay.
Thank you, Devin, for your support. We're going to be cheering you on this year to get to that Super Bowl again. Wow, what an incredible night. I want to take some time to highlight some of our mission donors again. Thank you to Don and Victoria Sullivan, Lee Kennedy, William Thompson, Jay and Linda Hooley. Thank you to our sponsors, American Plumbing and Heating, Blueprint Medicines, CRISPR Therapeutics, Primo Medical Group, and Wilmington Trust. Thank you as well to the McIntosh Foundation, Hologic, and Charles River Labs, Adage Capital Management, and Silicon Valley Bank. Thank you to Immunogen and State Street, and thank you to Boston Magazine, all of our mission donors, Bob and Karen Boudreau, and to our anonymous donor who offered up the $50,000 match. You make it possible to provide a home away from home for cancer patients. We are humbled to be in this fight with you. Finally, an enormous thank you to all of you for joining us tonight to attack cancer from every angle. To close out the evening, I would like to introduce to you, without further ado, multi-platinum recording artist and Emmy Award winner, Rachel Platten.
Hi everybody, I'm Rachel Platten. I am so excited to be joining you for the 15th annual Boston Key Gala this year. Thank you for having me. Cancer hasn't stopped, and neither has the American Cancer Society. You guys are amazing. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say are wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream all out tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Started right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. I'm losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep. And it's been 2 years, I miss my home. But there's a fire burning in my bones. I still believe, oh, I still believe. And all of those things I didn't say are wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream all out tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? Let me hear you at home. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. in big waves, into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm a right song. My power's turned on. Started right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Hey, Violet. Yeah, I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Yeah, you do. Violet, did you like the concert, baby? Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
Really amazing, Rachel Platten. Very powerful song, powerful lyrics as well. On behalf of the American Cancer Society and Boston Hope Lodge, I want to thank you all so much for joining us tonight and for all of your support to save lives, celebrate lives, and lead the fight for a world without cancer.
Yeah, Nick, we hope everybody at home had fun this evening. We want you guys to stay tuned for an amazing comedy performance from Boston's own Bethany Van Delft. We're going to have a really good time with her, laughing the night away. Nick, you might not even be able to take your tie off now.
I can finally relax a little bit.
Thank you guys again.
Hi, it's good to be here. This is my first pandemic, so I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm in lockdown with a husband and 2 young children, so just trying to figure out ways to get some me time, you know. I had a colonoscopy recently. I requested it. My doctor was like, "You don't need a colonoscopy yet, Bethany." And I was like, "Don't mansplain me, doc, and put that on the books." I got married later in life. Like, I always knew once I married, I wanted to be married to the same person for the rest of my life, just not for really a long time. And it's going great. We've been married 14 years. I will say it was harder to find an anniversary card this year than in years past. You know, like I remember the first card I got, and I was like, "Oh my God, I love you so much. You're my best friend, my knight in shining armor." And then like 5 years in, I got him a card that said, "We've had our ups and downs, but I love you more every day." And this year I was just looking for a card that was like, "Dude, thanks for recycling and great health insurance. Happy anniversary. We're good. We're good. Don't worry about us. Don't worry." I will say, having kids did put a little bit of a strain on our relationship. We were together a long time before we had kids. When you're with somebody that long, you think you know everything about them, and then you have kids and you learn all this new stuff about your partner. Like, I learned that my husband sings the Itsy Bitsy Spider wrong, and it drives me freaking crazy. Like, I can't even love him when he's singing to our kids. He goes, "The itsy bitsy spider went up the garden wall." I'm like, what? That doesn't even rhyme with "wash the spider out." Oh, I want a divorce. But then I heard his mom sing it, and she sings, "The itsy bitsy spider went up the garden wall." And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. That lady never wanted us together. So my husband's white. I'm not bragging. It's just backstory. My husband's white, so I know who the Lumineers are. Yes. Oh my God. My family's so proud of me. I'm the first in my family. My mom is Black. My mother's a beautiful Black woman born in Puerto Rico. And someone said to me once, oh my God, wait a minute. How could you be Black and Puerto Rican? I was like, you could be Black and anything. Like Blade? Oh my God. My dad is white. He's Dutch. But I don't know that much about my Dutch side because I'm afraid I'm going to go down my family tree 400 years and discover my Dutch ancestors kidnapped my African ancestors and dropped them off in Puerto Rico. That would make alone time with my dad so awkward. Like we'd be at brunch and I'd say, hey, Daddy, please pass the Dutch slave coast. I mean, avocado toast. Ugh. And then I'd try to make it better and I'd say something stupider. I'd be like, welp, thanks for the ride, which would be too soon. Always, always will be too soon. So my dad's white, my husband's white. So my children are 3/4 white, which is more white than me. So I'm a little bit afraid of them. You know what I mean? I love them. I love them so much and I know they love me. It's just stuff happens and it just keeps happening. I don't know. I might come down to the kitchen one day and my daughter might be on the phone yelling, there's a Black lady trying to make my breakfast. I don't know. We're trying to raise my son to be a good man. So we look out for teaching moments, you know? I made a really good one come up recently. My son ripped off his pull-up, ran up to my daughter and said, want to see my penis? So I said, good job asking. Good job. Next time, wait till she says yes to pull it out. And I know he's listening because he said, wait to pull it out of my pull-up, Mama? And I said, yes, sweetie, or whatever you end up keeping it in. I don't know who you're going to be when you grow up. Just keep it in something and wait till someone asks for it with their words. #parenting tips. Thank you. Bye.